Hello to my Griffins and welcome to Mrs. Hughes' first art lesson of the year, all about color. That's what we're going to talk about today. And you are at home, and with you, you have your bag of supplies. Now I want you to wait to open up your bag until I tell you, but make sure that you have them close by. If you don't have them close by, now would be a great time to pause the video and go and find your bag with the Play-Doh in it before we begin our lesson. We're going to talk about colors, and we're going to start with what we call primary colors. Primary colors are red, yellow, and blue. Red, yellow, and blue are primary colors, and that means they come first, and from these three colors, all other colors are made. So, when you combine red and yellow, you will get the secondary color of orange. When you combine yellow and blue, you will make the secondary color of green. And when you combine red and blue, you will get the secondary color of purple. And here now we have our rainbow. Again, our primary colors, red, yellow, and blue. And our secondary colors are orange, green, and purple. Remember, from the red and the yellow, we make the orange. And from the blue and the yellow, we make the green. And from the blue and the red, we make purple. But we're going to do that together today. But before we begin, I want to talk to you a little bit about the colors that you see here. This is basically what we would call a color wheel. Another word for color is hue. Neutral colors would be something like white, gray, brown, or black. Do you know how you would get the color brown? If you mixed all of these colors together. Now, there are colors that are considered to be warm colors. Can you guess which colors here are warm? If you thought red, orange, and yellow, you're right. Those are considered warm colors. And that's easy to remember because fire is red, yellow, and orange. The sun is yellow, can be red, and can be orange. What colors do you think are cool colors? If you guessed purple, blue, and green, you are also right. Cool colors are supposed to be colors that make us feel cool, and that is sort of easy to remember as well, as water is cool. Usually it's very cooling to us. The sky, and sky can be blue, can be purple at times. Water can be blue and green. Do you know what a complementary color is? Something that goes well together? Well, when we look at our color circle, our complementary colors are going to be right across from one another. So the complementary color for red is green. You see that a lot at Christmas time. The complementary colors for purple are yellow. And the complementary color for blue is orange. Those are complementary colors, cross. And I thought it was interesting because when you look at, if you're a football fan like I am, you think about the football teams. A lot of times you can learn a lot about color by looking at the football teams. For example, the Steelers, they're not my favorite team. My favorite team is the Washington football team. But it is interesting if you look at the Steelers that is the team that has primary colors. How about the Vikings? The Minnesota Vikings have purple and yellow for their mascot colors, and we know that purple and yellow are complementary colors, just like the Lakers. If you're a basketball fan, you'll see that the Lakers colors are yellow and purple, which are complementary colors. They're across from each other on the color wheel. If we're going to continue to talk about basketball and complementary colors, if you're a fan of the New York Knicks, you see that they did the same thing with their team colors. They picked two complementary colors, orange and blue. See, orange and blue, they're across from each other. Red and green, purple and yellow, orange and blue. Those are our complementary colors. Okay, now we are going to learn how to make a color wheel by mixing colors. It's best to be able to figure things out sometimes just by doing them. And that's what we're going to be doing a lot of in art this year. So please pause the video and take out your baggie with your colors in them. In your baggie, I gave you a red, a white, a blue, and a yellow pieces of Play-Doh. I also gave you a paper plate. Let's move our Play-Doh aside for a moment and take our paper plate. And I want you to take a marker and make a line across your plate and another line so you're making an X. And then make a line across the middle of the X so that you end up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 slices. It sort of looks like a pie, but we're going to be making our own color chart. If you need time, just pause the video. The first color we're going to look at is red. We're going to put that on the top of our color wheel here. Then we're going to take our yellow. We're going to move over one spot because that's where our secondary color is going to go, and we're going to place our yellow there. Nothing here. And then we're going to place our blue there in that piece. What color do you think that we're going to make that goes here? We're going to combine the red and yellow to make orange to go in this spot. Then we're going to combine our yellow and our blue primary colors to make the secondary color of green to go in this spot. Then we're going to combine our primary colors of red and blue to make a purple to go into this spot. So you'll take a little bit of your red, just a little bit, like the size of a dime, and a little bit of your yellow. You're going to put them together and you're going to start smushing them and mixing them with your hands. Now this can take a little bit of time. So what I want you to do is pause the video and continue to work on smushing your colors together until they become, as you can see here, so cool. It's becoming orange. That is so much fun. You can roll it between your hands, squeeze it with your fingertips until you get that color orange, which is going to go right here on our color wheel. Take a little bit of your yellow and a little bit of your blue. Take those together and do the same thing. Smush, 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 smush. Until the color green starts to form. Now you're probably going to need to pause the video and work on making your green. Come back when you have your green done. So we will put our green right here. Now sometimes your green is going to look a little bit more blue. That means you had more blue than yellow. Sometimes it might look a little bit more yellowy. That means you had more yellow. This is how you learn about mixing colors. And we're going to use this same idea when we start painting. Now I'm going to take the primary colors of red and blue and start to combine those together to form, can you remember? Purple. This would be a good time to pause the video and work on creating your purple secondary color out of your two primary colors so that you will get your purple. Now my purple looks particularly dark, I think. I think I would like a brighter purple. So then I would start to add more red. But as you can see, we now have all the colors on the color wheel, and we made them out of the primary colors. Now, what would happen if I wanted to make pink? I would take some of my white and I would mix it with some of my red, and that would make pink. Now this is the time in the lesson where I want you to explore making lots and lots and lots of different colors with the colors that you've been given. And here's how we're going to do that. I'm going to move my Play-Doh aside, and I'm going to ask you to take out a piece of paper. So why don't you pause the video and go get a piece of paper and a pencil or a black marker. Once you have those items, I want you to come over to your page and I want you to draw a circle. Then from there, we're going to draw these little lines down. Can anybody guess what I'm making yet? Sort of looks like a person, but it's not a person. We're going to make a little down here. It's a gumball machine. Let me go and make another one slowly so you can see exactly what I did. You're going to take your paper. This does not need to be perfect. Make a circle, and then off of the circle, you're going to draw a line and another line, and then connect those. Then from here, we're going to do an upside down U with a line across it. Then we're going to draw a circle with a line through it. Then we're going to go up to the top and give our gumball machine almost like a cute little hat. And then you can go in when you're done and you can color this red or whatever color you want your gumball machine to be. Guess what's going to be the gumball? Pieces of Play-Doh. So what I would like you to do on this assignment is first start with all your colors from your color wheel and make little gumballs. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to take your Play-Doh and roll it into a ball like this. And then you're going to take that ball, stick it inside of your gumball machine and press it down like that. And you'll do the same thing with the red and the green and the blue and the purple and the yellow. But then I want you to start to create colors by mixing and see how many colors you could come up with until your gumball machine looks a little bit like this. See, I mixed lots of different colors. I made pink, I made some purples, I made some light blues. So see how many colors you can make from the colors of the Play-Doh. I hope you enjoy this activity. It's really fun to get your hands in there and really learn and see by actually doing and mixing the colors yourself. And why this is important is color is one of the elements of art. Without color, we wouldn't have a lot of the art that we have today. Now remember, if you want to make something lighter, you would add that white. So you can use the white. I put that in there so that you can make the hue of your Play-Doh lighter. If you don't want pink and you want a darker red, then you might add a little bit of purple. So play around with those colors, make your little balls here, with your fingers again. I'll show you how. Make the little ball, roll it in your hand or roll it between your fingers. Come over to your gumball machine and then smush it onto your gumball machine part until the whole thing is almost full. I did this as an example, but you can keep going and fill it all the way up to the top, or maybe a few kids have already taken gumballs out. And then if you would like, you can take a picture of it and send it to me, and I'll be sending your parents an email with my email address on it. I hope you enjoy this. I can't wait to see your gumball machines.